I'm gonna love you.
Hey, welcome back to Dan's Chess Lounge, everybody. Today I'm going to start a new series about calculations. Calculation is so important in chess, and a lot of a lot of talk is goes towards strategy and plans and openings, and in my opinion, there is not enough attention on calculation because tactics and combinations and just pure chess can come down to who can calculate better. So you have to work on it. And the way you work on it is by solving puzzles, at least 20 to 30 minutes worth of puzzles every day. And it doesn't matter if it's on the computer or if you set it up over the board, but you should look at least 20 minutes worth of puzzles every day. So, and before we get started here, I just want to show you guys our I Love Chess t-shirt here. If you like it, I'll put a link in the description and you guys can represent and let everybody know how much you love chess too. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in here. This is black to move and win. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be like a checkmate in 2 or 3. It just means that black is going to get a big advantage here. So go ahead and pause the video and come back when you think you found the correct answer. Okay, I'm going to continue now. The correct answer here is Queen F3. It's a queen sacrifice. If you notice, the square on G2 is being threatened for checkmate next. So bishop takes, knight takes, check. King steps up. Doesn't matter if the king goes to H1 or G2. Same difference here. Now you have knight takes, rook, and if you notice, it's a check as well with the bishop on B7. The knight hits the queen, and this is just going to be game over. So that is a great tactic there. Going back, if some of you guys might have selected knight F3 as the very first move here, but that doesn't necessarily work because after bishop takes, queen takes, white has this saving move E4, which stops the checkmate along the diagonal there, the long diagonal. So, okay, let's move on to the next position. Okay, in this position here, this is going to be black to move and win again. So this one here actually leads to checkmate. So I'll give you guys a hint. This here is actually a mate in 3. Go ahead and pause the video and spend some time on it. Spend a good 5 minutes if you need it. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to continue. The correct move here is rook takes H4. And after that, you have pawn takes, queen, sacrifice, king takes, and then the finishing move is rook H2. Now for this one here, the queen could have captured first as well. It didn't matter. So if some of you guys picked queen takes, then you were right as well. It didn't matter if the rook sacked first or the queen sacked. If the queen sacks first, let me show you what that looks like here. Queen takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and then the finishing move, rook h2. So this is a really good mate in 3. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, in this position here, this is going to be white to play. And if you notice on the board, there's a lot of pieces on the board still, all the majors and minors. But white's position is a little bit better because the black king is not castled yet. So how can white exploit black's uncastled position? This is not going to be like a mate in so many moves. This is just going to be white to play and go on to have a big advantage here. So basically, what's the best move for white? Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I'm going to continue now. The best move here is Bishop G6. Now, Bishop G6 looks awkward here. Looks like he can capture, black can capture, but really he can't. Because if he plays H takes, then the queen just takes the rook. So he can't do that. And then if he plays F takes, then the knight swings over to E6, hits the queen, and the queen is actually trapped. The queen has no place to go without being under attack. So then the best move for black here is castles. And in the game, this is how it played out here between Fresinet and Bruner. Bishop takes, King H8, D takes, Knight takes, and then they exchange a lot of pieces here, liquidate. But if you notice, black's in major trouble here though, because as soon as that bishop moves off of H7, then he's going to be in check, and it's not going to be good. So, but they're exchanging pieces here. Knight takes, rook takes, rook takes, bishop takes. Now, bishop G6, check, king G8. Bishop takes F7, check, rook takes. Queen H8, king takes. Now the knight takes, forking the queen and the king. White gets his piece back, his queen back. So at the end of this long variation here, basically white is up in exchange and 2 pawns, and we're going to win the game. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. These are difficult tactics. These are difficult puzzles here. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't get these in the first try, because these are very difficult here. These actually come out of the Jacob Agard calculation textbook, and he's a very good author when it comes to making intermediate and advanced chess books. A lot of chess books you'll notice is tailored for beginners, but Jacob Agard is one of the chess authors who actually makes books that's for advanced players. He even has a series for players that's becoming masters, like a GM preparation book, and it's a whole series of them. So his puzzles are very, very difficult, but that's what it takes though. You do these types of puzzles every single day for 20 to 30 minutes every single day, and you'll definitely see some improvements in your chess game. Okay guys, until next time.